HDSLR Shooter, your source for news from Premiere Pro World Conference. Brought to you by Adobe, Akitio, Atomos, Blackmagic Design, and Carl Zeiss.
Hi, Clint with HDSLR Shooter. I'm here with Senior Product Manager of Adobe Premiere, AlMooney, and here at Premiere World. And Al, talk to me a little bit about this event. What does this mean to Adobe, and what does it mean to you personally?
Wow, that's a big question. So we have done World events before with Adobe. There's been Photoshop World, which has been going on for, I guess, several years. After Effects World as well. And the guys at FMC, Future Media Concepts, kind of pitched to us this idea of doing a Premiere Pro World thing. I remember I was at Editor's Retreat earlier on in the year, like January or February, January. And I spoke to Ben from FMC, and he sort of pitched me this idea. And I'll be honest, my immediate response was, I mean, it sounded like a cool idea, don't get me wrong, but my immediate response was, who's going to want to pay to come to San Jose and talk about Premiere Pro? And today, it's been proven to me that concern was misplaced. It's been amazing to see. We've had like 120 people come here. So today we just shared, the product team kind of shared how we work, what we do, etc. with this whole training track. So what it means to me personally, which you asked me, is I almost get emotional about it. It's just amazing to see how passionate our customers are about the product that we make. And I think connecting the product team so directly with those customers and those end users has been really powerful and really amazing, and I hope we do this many, many years to come.
Yeah, well, you know, it's been standing room only, and every event, even the sub-events and everything like that, and, you know, people are passionate about this, so for somebody that has a passion like you do, it must be incredibly satisfying.
It is. I spoke to all of my colleagues this morning, and I think every one of my colleagues woke up at 5 a.m. going, oh God, I'm so nervous, but a lot of us couldn't eat. We were really nervous about it because we didn't, you know, when you do anything for the first time, you get nervous, and when it's something that's so close to your heart, it's bound to be slightly nerve-wracking. But I tell you what, seriously, it was before we even started and I saw people coming in and engaging with one another, it became very clear to me that this was going to be a very positive event, and like I say, man, it's exceeded my expectations. It's been mind-blowing.
I'll tell you, this afternoon we had broken into some subgroups, and it was almost like we worked at Adobe as the people that were leading the groups were asking, how would you change this? What would you do differently? What suggestions do you have for us? And writing them down on the board and taking it seriously. So this must be awesome for you guys to be able to get that feedback. Yeah,
I mean, I think something that we are very proud of is how much we engage and do that 364 days a year. We'll have Christmas off. 364 days a year. We do that a lot. We care about that. We care about engaging with the community. It's something no doubt people have heard me say far too often. But this is almost, I think, us giving something back and saying, come and look at, you know that you can give us feedback and that we'll listen, but what you don't necessarily know is what happens with that feedback and how do we process it, and why do some things that you want very much not happen as fast as you'd like, and what are the steps after the feedback has been gathered? And if people have gotten that today, then I think we've succeeded. And yeah, I mean, just getting the feedback in the location with the engineers in place has been great for me as well. So I think it's great for everyone. I think it's great for the people who pay to come here, for our engineers and testers who don't necessarily get the chance to be as out there with the community as we'd like, of course, because they have to sort of be in and write the code and stuff. It's a real community event, and it's just been amazing.
One last thing, you had mentioned closing your comments this afternoon that you wanted Premiere to be a verb like Photoshop.
Well, Premiere is already a verb. I premiered something. But no, so go on, ask the question.
Well, no. So how do you see that happening right now? It seems like that we're starting to take shape in that regard.
Well, look, the being a verb thing is an easy way to describe what I'd love to happen, which is that Premiere Pro is the go-to, the first thing people think about when they want to edit some video. I don't think people are ever going to say I Premiere Pro'd it because it sounds weird, but it's just a great example. So no, I don't see that happening, but what I do see happening is we are, I think, becoming one of the most well-considered video editing products in the market. We have great competition, and I always want there to be that. I don't ever want to be standing up saying, hey, we won, because we haven't, we won't, nobody will, and that's what makes this industry so interesting. But I remember starting to work for Adobe 4 or 5 years ago when we really were like, we weren't winning, we weren't even close. And to be able to feel like we are one of the most immediately considered options when someone's looking at creating some video or cutting some video, that's good enough for me, man. And we're just going to continue developing hard, listening to editors, making a product which I hope people love, and I hope we continue to see the success we've seen over the last couple of years.
Thank you so much for your time, Al. And tell me, people want to find out more, they want to communicate with the Adobe folks. How do they do that?
Well, there's millions of ways, right? So we're very active on social media. There's the Facebook pages for all the different products. You'll find us all on Twitter. If you want to give us actual product feedback, like I need this feature or I'm having this problem, the best place by far is a website. It's adobe.com/go/wish. That's for bug reports and feature requests. But we're pretty easy to find, man. We like I say, it's one of the things we care most about is being out there and being available. So I think if you need us, you'll find us.
Excellent. Thanks so much, Al.
Pleasure. Thank you for having me.
HDSLR Shooter, your source for news from Premiere Pro World Conference. Brought to you by Adobe, Akitio, Atomos, Blackmagic Design, and Carl Zeiss.